Could Kenny Omega be going to WWE? Guys, we're going to be talking about it all in today's video. And as always, you know I have timestamps for each topic. You're not going to want to miss this. I want to kick things off with Rhea Ripley. And the reason why I want to talk about Rhea Ripley was because several months ago, we talked about the big plans, the big rumors that potentially Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair could very well be happening at WrestleMania, which would then lead to Rhea Ripley taking the belt off of Bianca Belair. And honestly, I said this months ago. I believe it today. This would be the right move. Now, ever since Triple H came into power as head of creative, we have seen Rhea Ripley look even more dominant on a week-to-week basis. She is absolutely killing it. The Judgment Day has completely gotten revitalized. They have completely changed the way the Judgment Day has been perceived since the early days where the Judgment Day was led by Edge, and obviously it was under the Vince McMahon era. Now, with that being said, we saw Tozawa versus Rhea Ripley, which was a rare intergender match. And yes, while Tozawa didn't actually get a lot of offense in the match, he didn't strike Rhea Ripley, there was a couple times where, you know, Tozawa could have actually won from like a roll-up pin or whatever it may be. However, the one thing I absolutely loved about this match was the fact that I feel like they booked it appropriately, obviously furthering everything between the Street Profits and the Judgment Day, Tozawa getting hit with the Riptide, obviously making Rhea Ripley look even more dominant, and then, of course, the rumors of Rhea Ripley and these major plans. Honestly, I think this is a very solid idea. I think Rhea Ripley is my pick to win the WWE Women's Royal Rumble, but I also believe that we're going to see Rhea Ripley in the Men's Royal Rumble. And this is not something that is completely, random. I feel like WWE has kind of been building this. And I think one of the greatest things that WWE can do at the Royal Rumble is have the Women's Royal Rumble first. Rhea Ripley goes on to win it easily, right? Like, she's going to set records. She's going to have these milestones. She's going to have a dominant performance. We know that she's going to challenge Bianca Belair at that point if she were to win the Women's Royal Rumble. And then I can very well see a situation where Rhea Ripley goes into the Men's Royal Rumble and also gets a few eliminations, and then obviously something happens there where she gets eliminated. Maybe the OC and the Judgment Day are wrestling, Mia Yim kind of gets involved and tosses her out or something like that. Nonetheless, WWE is all about big surprises, and for this Royal Rumble, they have a lot of big plans, and WWE has major plans for Rhea Ripley going forward, and that intergender match is kind of the start of it. And I think she is one of the most dominant performers in WWE right now. She's absolutely killing it, and I like to see that WWE is seriously pushing people with a long-term vision, something that we haven't necessarily seen from Vince McMahon in a long time. Now I want to turn our attention to a very interesting story here. Kenny Omega. Obviously, a lot of people are wondering what the hell is going on with Kenny Omega, and this is where things get a little bit confusing. So if you guys didn't know, Kenny Omega's contract was likely extended due to his time off from injuries. Now, this is a very interesting approach by AEW because there has been so much talk about how when WWE extended contracts due to injuries, when they froze contracts, it was always a bad thing when WWE did it. And then now when Tony Khan and AEW reportedly do it, it seems to be a very positive and great thing for the company. Obviously, this is a tricky situation because Kenny Omega is an executive vice president. Kenny Omega was part of the headlines when it came to all of the all-out drama. And, of course, there is a lot of confusion here because with AEW not publicly announcing that he's re-signed, there is this belief that he may have not re-signed. So, with that being said, AEW is still advertising Kenny Omega past his contract date, but because it hasn't been announced that he's been re-signed or extended, it's actually unknown as to whether or not he is signing a new deal with AEW. And this was actually something that was pointed out by Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer Radio. But then things get a little bit more interesting thanks to social media because the Young Bucks contract ends around the end of 2013, reportedly. Do you see where I'm getting at? There is a really, really good chance that Kenny Omega could very well leave AEW and go anywhere in the world that he wants because of the fact of these contracts. Now, the real question is, would Kenny Omega pull a Cody Rhodes and do something different and leave the Young Bucks behind? The rumors of Kenny Omega going to WWE, they're not new. Honestly, they've existed before AEW started. But because there is a difference in their contracts, there is this belief that perhaps maybe WWE can make a play for Kenny Omega before the Young Bucks become free agents. Now, obviously, Kenny Omega is in AEW. Cody Rhodes is in WWE. Does Cody Rhodes have any pull? Would Cody Rhodes try to recruit Kenny Omega? These are great questions. But realistically, there is a lot of confusion with Kenny Omega's contract status, and because of that, I don't want to say that Kenny Omega is going to WWE. Is it possible? Yes. Do I think Kenny Omega will pull a Cody Rhodes? Genuinely speaking, I just don't think so. But of course, WWE, Triple H under new management, they're paying out big money. They're trying to literally dominate the entire global wrestling scene. Is this something that Kenny Omega would want to do? Very interesting stuff there, guys. And our final story of today's video. I thought this was funny. But listen, if you guys want more videos like this, don't forget to click that subscribe button and ring that bell. This way you get notified every single time a new video drops. I'm going to show you my screen because I just wanted to laugh. I want you guys to laugh too because this is pretty funny. And I can't tell if this is a troll or not, but we're going to pull up the screen right here. My friends, Idris Enofi. You might remember him from NXT 2.0. You might have seen him on WWE Main Event. Now he's on NXT. Yeah, this guy decided to get a WWE tattoo on his chest. Bruh. I don't know how else to explain my feelings towards this. But it was worth the laugh. Now, Idris Enofi has been absolutely killing it on social media. He's getting a lot of people talking. He's talked a lot of shit about the V-trigger. He calls it the E-trigger. I mean, guys, this is like a thing where like I can't tell if he's playing like fiddle with social media. I can't tell how legit this is. But he says he got a new chest tat. One thing about me is I'm dedicated to this brand WWE now, then, and forever. I don't know how WWE would feel about this. I don't know how anybody would feel about this. But if this man shows up to NXT this week with a WWE tat on his chest, I don't know how I would feel. But I thought it was hilarious, honestly. And I think that's the funny thing about a story like this. I don't remember, and it could have happened before, but I don't remember something like this happening before. And goodness gracious, this man really got WWE tatted on his chest. Or did he? Did he not? I don't know. But obviously, it's kind of funny. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.